Welcome to a new episode of Bison Insider. I'm your host, Mr. John McLemore, and today I'm joined by a very special guest, somebody who hails, well, originally from California, which is the reason why the background is San Francisco Gate Bridge. I feel like this would probably make this person really comfortable. So please help me welcome Miss Shamaine Mangram. How are you doing, Miss Shamaine?
I'm doing good, everybody. How are you guys? Well, how are you, John?
Oh, well, I was going to say it's going to be difficult for them to respond to a recording, but that's okay. I'm doing well.
Really awkward. I'm sorry.
You know what? I'm pretty awkward as it is, so that just kind of makes it more believable.
All right, there we go.
So let's get to some easy questions for you. What is your position here on Center?
I am the culinary instructor.
Culinary instructor. And if memory serves me correctly, and I know a lot of people forget this, you didn't always start as the culinary instructor. You had a different position when you first started.
Yep, I started as the ESP secretary for Mr. Budson when he was director of programs.
Okay. So combining that with the culinary instructor, how long have you been working here on Center?
I've been with Job Corps with Burdick Job Corps since April 2017. So go 3 years now, a little over 3 years.
That's about the average length of time that I'm hearing from a lot of staff. Fairly young staff, if you ask me, but
The students keep us coming back.
that's true. That is very true. So let's get to a little bit more wow, I can't talk. A little bit more thought-provoking questions. These are designed to make you think on your feet.
All right,
maybe a wrong answer, maybe a right answer, maybe just a whatever kind of you feel at the moment answer. So, we'll just see what happens. So what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
My favorite ice cream flavor, hands down, coffee Haagen-Dazs. It's been my favorite ice cream probably since I was about 5, when I used to sneak it from my mom and get in trouble for it. And it's stuck, and now it's my kid's favorite.
Very nice. How about a favorite number?
Ooh, my favorite number. Here's one, the greatest of all time, Kobe Bryant for my era. But my personal favorite number is probably 33. That was my high school number in basketball, my high school number throughout my entire high school sports career. So 33 is just my go-to number.
Okay, very nice. How about a favorite meal to cook?
Favorite meal to cook, as oddly as this sounds, being culinary, I hate cooking when I'm at home. I hate cooking when I'm at home because we do it. I've done it for the past almost 20 years now. So doing it at home, I kind of like ordering in. But if I had to choose, I think for me, the biggest thing for me is family. So probably Thanksgiving, because it's the one time a year I'll start Wednesday night, and so it's ready Thursday, and we eat that for a couple days.
Gotcha. Who would you rather spend the day with? Bobby Flay or Duff Goldman?
Honestly, I'm not a big fan of Bobby Flay. I like Bobby Flay. I like Bobby Flay, but if you're giving me a choice between Bobby and Duff, Duff hands down. Duff is a little eccentric. Thinks a little outside the box, and I don't know about everybody else, but baking is a science, but he's made science fun. He's made science. To watch a cake rotate, to watch explosions come out of cakes, who would not want to hang out with that when we can hang out with the cook every day?
Well, let me follow that up with a different kind of question. In the same token, Duff Goldman or Buddy from Carl's Bakery, since there's.
Oh, I like Buddy. I've been to Buddy's Bakery. I went for the cannolis when we were stationed in New York, and the line was about 1.5 miles, 2 miles long on the street. So I was like, nope. But Buddy reminds me of my family. Italian families and my family are a lot alike. We're very boisterous and loud, and we argue when we're not arguing. So that's normal for me. I want to go still complete opposite. I'm still hanging with Duff.
Okay. I had somebody pose that question to me, I think me personally, I would be wanting to hang out with Bobby Flay because I feel like he's more of the precision, more of the like compliance with the grilling, and he kind of fits into my personality a little bit,
Yeah, see, that will work for you. I'm a little crazy a little bit. I'm a little rough around the edge. I'm like a diamond. I call myself a diamond because it takes pressure for me to shine, and I couldn't do that with Bobby. I think I would have more fun with Duff.
I would probably suspect the same thing. So let's get into a hypothetical question. Hypothetically speaking, you're stranded on a desert island. You have food, you have water, you have shelter, you have fire, you have defense from wild animals. No cell phone, no means of communication, no internet. What is one thing that you could just not live without? One thing that you would die without?
You guys are gonna laugh at me. Lip gloss. I'm being honest. A girl in her lip gloss or us without earrings, we feel naked. Have to have lip gloss and I have to have earrings. But if I'm on an island by myself, I think I'd still choose the lip gloss.
Makes sense.
And it has to be Victoria's Secret brand, the little tiny tubes.
Stuff costs you like $40 just for a little tiny tube.
About 6.
Oh, okay.
Not too bad.
So which month has 28 days?
February.
Think about it for a second.
Which month has 28? Well, every month, if you think of it that way. But
No.
throwing it out there that fast, first thing that comes to mind is February, but every month has 28 days.
You're correct. That's one of those brain teasers that literally just kind of makes you go, yep, that's the answer. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, as soon as you said wait, I was like, nah, every month has 28 days.
What is one subscription item that you have set up on your Amazon or other similar service? I know you've got to have a couple, but just give me one that's more interesting than the rest.
I'm too embarrassed to even say these things because I'm very transparent with you guys. So you guys would hear me say it, so I'll skip that one. One I did just start because I hate going to the grocery store now. After this whole pandemic has gone on, going to the grocery store is a chore because I'm conscious about wearing my face mask, but other people aren't. I don't want to be around them. So I just subscribed to HelloFresh and I got my first package yesterday. Had steak, green beans, and roasted potatoes. Tonight we're having asparagus and mushroom pasta. So it comes once a week. It's fresh on ice with everything you need. I think the only thing I had to provide last night was olive oil, salt, and pepper.
Very nice.
So
That's a pretty good subscription box. Just a few more questions for you, just a few more minutes left. Out of these items, and since you're a culinary arts instructor, you've been clinically trained from the U.S. Air Force and all that kind of good jazz. That is where you got your training, correct?
nope.
No?
I'm not in the military. I didn't sign my life away. They turned me down.
That's right. I forgot it was somebody that you, it was in your family.
Yeah, nope. I went to the Art Institute of America in Vegas. And then after that, I worked at PF Chang's for many years. I started off as pantry, which is just prep. And then I worked my way up to right before we got stationed here. They wanted me to be executive chef and I turned down $100,000 to come work here. And I'm kind of glad I did because the students don't realize it, but the students help us too.
No, I agree.
So it was kind of happiness, more pay, or happiness, less pay, and you can assist other people and help somebody else out. And I think that was more beneficial than taking the money.
Gotcha. I was actually thinking of Miss T whenever I was thinking about that question.
Oh yeah,
that.
Miss T knows her stuff too.
So, but out of these items, since you are a culinary instructor, which do you think is the most important? And here's the list of items: a pan, a skillet, tongs, a spatula, or a fork.
Pan, skillet, tongs, spatula, or fork. I'd have to go none.
Really?
I'd have to say none. I think the most important tool a chef holds is our hands. We can cook anything pretty much with our hands, whether it's shaping dough, whether it's baking something. If we had to get technical, first and foremost, our hands, but two, the pan and the fork, because you're going to need a heat mechanism and something to flip it. Me, I can do it with my hands. My students think I'm crazy because I can dip my fingers in hot oil and turn something, but I've grown accustomed to it after the years. For them, I'd have to say a fork and a pan. If not a fork, definitely a pan so they have some kind of heat.
Perfect. Well, those are, you took that a lot different route than I thought you were going to take it. So I'm more impressed with that answer than I am with
Well, thank you.
something different, you know?
Thank you.
So with that question being asked, it does mean that we are coming to the end of our interview, the end of the silly questions. They're over. You don't have to worry about those no more. But on a serious note, though, I do want to ask, do you have any words of encouragement for our students during this distance learning phase of Job Corps?
Um, I have words of encouragement for both student and staff. This is a trying time for students and staff. I talk to my students daily. Some are having, my biggest concern is mental health. I can worry about bookwork and other things later. My biggest concern right now is mental health because us staying home on our own accord is up to us. But when we're asked to stay home to save other people, it's like we're being told to stay home, and that's where I'm defiant. So I'm going crazy. So if I know that I have a career and I'm working every single day, but our students are at home in probably situations that they're not comfortable with, this is hard for them too. So I just ask for you guys to be patient with us, because as we get information in, we are telling you guys, it's not something we're holding on to. Trust the process and worry about your mental health. Your mental health is the most important thing right now. Bookwork will always be there. Classwork will always be there, but worry about your mental health, worry about your family. I know a couple of my students are struggling right now, so I know if my students are struggling, there's many of you guys who are struggling too, but just know you guys have an outlet. Find somebody you have rapport with that you can talk to. I think I talk to maybe 6 of my students daily just to check in on their mental health, not even to talk about any work that needs to be done, but maintain your mental health, because if you can have a healthy mental, everything else will follow. So just be patient with us, because we're struggling too. It's not just you guys, but we miss you guys and we do love you guys and we can't wait to see you guys.
Perfect. Appreciate those heartfelt words, and I know that's going to help a lot of students and especially staff too that watch this series. Um, Taking care of yourself and taking care of your mental status is definitely one of the most important things, especially in this weird pandemic environment. Um, so unfortunately, we are out of time as far as the interview goes. I wish I could continue asking you thousands of questions that make absolutely no sense. However, I feel like you would run away screaming, and that's okay. So we're going to end this on just as a reminder, make sure if you're watching this, you share this with your friends, make sure that they see it. Make sure that you're also heading over to our Facebook page, the Burdick Job Corps Community. Hit that like button so you can stay subscribed and you can see all the future updates and any kind of news and information that we get. We will usually share it there as well. So traditionally speaking, I end this in the same way. I know this is going to be Miss Shamaine's favorite part, but that's okay because I'm going to do it anyways. So one final thought for you, Miss Shamaine. Are you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
All right. So what did one strawberry say to the other strawberry?
I have no clue because I don't like strawberries.
Well, if you weren't so sweet, we wouldn't be in this jam.
You know what, John? Get out of here. You guys, this is Mr. McLemore at his finest. You love him as he is. I've grown to like him, and he's grown to be more than just a coworker. He is a friend. So you guys accept his jokes. He's crazy.
I try, So, well, with that being said, just want to remind everybody to stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
Have a good one, guys.